There's this verse of the Bible that is very funny to me anytime I read it, and it is in chapter 7, where the man of God was actually telling the people that by this time tomorrow, he said, a measure of fine flour shall be sold for a shekel. He said, and 2 measures of barley will be sold for a shekel. And the man said, if God should make windows in heaven, he said, can this thing be so? Well, we should pay attention that there was a question mark there. The man was asking a question. He was not saying that it cannot be so. He was saying that if God should make windows in heaven, can these things be so? But one thing about God is that when you are dealing with God, there should be no iota of doubt in your communication. The book of James chapter 1 was saying that, he said, a man that doubts is like a wave of the sea. Let not that man think that he shall receive anything from the Lord. So most of the time we have to be careful when it comes to dealing with God, when it comes to having faith in God. The Bible says that without faith, it is impossible to please God. This man is a man in Samaria, is a man of Israel. And then he understood that they have a God that can do all things. They've had stories of how God dealt with their ancestors right from the time of Moses. So this man has the understanding. He said, if the Lord will make the heaven, will make windows to be in heaven, he said, can this thing be so? Now, I actually thought that what that man said was, if the Lord make windows in heaven, this thing cannot be so. Like now, is affirming. But that was not what he said. He said, if the Lord should make windows in heaven, can this thing be so? And man of God did not even give him time to, he didn't give time to explain to him. He just said, you will see it, but you will not eat out of it. So it means that when a man doubts God, in fact, it is people that have the knowledge of who God is. When they doubt God, it is a terrible consequence that you receive. Now, it is not only that you might not get that thing that you want from God, but whenever you doubt God, there is a terrible consequence, especially if you have experienced the things that God can do. If you know the things that God can do, if you have seen it before, you have heard about it before, and then you are saying that, can God do these things? It is a terrible statement, and it attracts a terrible consequence.